Hey, Dana here, and welcome to my garage. As you can see, I've got an empty spot right now because the Nitro is now over here. So, and this is what this is. This is gonna be, I'm still troubleshooting the low oil pressure on this 07 Dodge Nitro. So I pulled it over here into the garage, into the lift garage, because we're gonna go ahead and pull the motor. And I'm going to check the pickup on this and find out if that's my issue. I started it up and backed it out, and I didn't have any of that noise that you heard when I was doing the oil check. I don't get it. Of course, she starts right up. Get a little bit of that rattle above 3 grand, but I'm not getting it right now. I got no idea what's going on. Yeah, I've got an oil light right now because I got it disconnected. So this is where we're at. We're gonna go ahead and get this motor pulled so I can check to see if the pickup tube in the oil tank is covered, or what's going on with it. If not, then I think I'm going to go ahead and put the original motor back in it. The problem with that was it had a blown freeze plug in the back, and of course it wouldn't hold coolant. And unfortunately, when I got it, it hadn't been it wasn't running, so I don't know what the condition of that motor is. If I put the freeze plug back in it, well, stick it back in this and see what happens. We know it's got 200 and something thousand miles on it because of course it came out of here. So it'll be a little bit of work, but you know, if we can get a couple more miles out of the darn motor, then we'll do it. Did find a place that will send me another motor with 75,000 miles on it and a 3-year warranty on it for $1,200, which sounds like an awesome idea. And if it'll come out and just be a put in and plug in and we're all set, then that's probably the way to go. And if I like them, I'm probably going to do the same thing with Patricia's Mustang motor as well. So anyway, that's where we're at. As you can see, I've already yanked the front off of this, and we're going to move forward. I don't even know if I'm going to pull this whole front section again. I might just go ahead and pull the radiator out and go ahead and yank it up, because the original plan, because I'd ripped the whole front out of this thinking I was going to take the transmission and take the engine and the transmission and yank it out. That'd be the easiest way. Just take the front section and pull it right out. But I found out that this transmission is not a mate. This came out of a Jeep Cherokee, and I've also got the front transaxle A-frame out front as well that came with it. So if you know anybody out there watching is looking for a transmission and a front differential, then let me know, and we'll talk. If you can get any information off of that tag, but that's what's going on here. So stay tuned. All right, we're back. We have the radiator system is drained. And that ain't good. You see that? That was brand new. That was actually brand new fluid or coolant. That looks like it's got oil in it. Huh. Looking at that now. Actually, looks like it's got oil in it. That isn't good. Huh. So I gotta say this engine's pretty shot. I don't know if it's just because of the color of the bucket. I don't think so. Maybe. Maybe it's just the color. Maybe just red on green. It might just be all that is. Alright, anyway. Alright, so with that done, now radiator's coming out. And then we'll be going from there. Alright, well, it's 7 o'clock. I started this thing at 4. And she's disconnected down here. So, you got to pull your flywheel bolts. Those right there. Those are 16s. 16s, 18s. Yeah, excuse me, they're 18s, and I used a angle ratchet. I'm gonna go from there. You gotta pull. You gotta remember. You gotta pull this this cover right here, which is now sitting right here. So you gotta pull that out, because that covers over your flywheel. And then from there, what I did, I went ahead and disconnected my exhaust. So now that's hanging both sides. Pulled the starter. That's now hanging. Too much resistance from the exhaust. Yeah. All right, and now, and of course, you got to do your mount bolts. You've got a harness, but it's part of the engine. You're gonna come down, and then you're gonna go around the outside of your transmission. You got 3 on one side and 3 on the other. You got one coming in from this side. Don't forget that. And then you've got two up top. This side here again, you got 1 on the inside, and then 2 going up top. So that takes care of your transmission being installed to the block. What else I got? Okay, you're gonna undo your mount bolts. And the nice thing about this unit here, you just lift the engine up and slide it out. Same on this side. Just loosen them up, lift the engine up, and then pull it out. And of course, this is going back in the other garage, and then the transmission will be sitting on a transmission jack. We'll be jacking that up, and then of course the engine is on its sling. I don't know why. Is that a bad seal or something here? The transmission. Huh. All right. Anyway, as you can see, I got plenty of oil around the back side here because of when I dropped it down, see if I could see the pickup tube. But because of being a transaxle, you can't just drop the pan down from the front and then pull it over your cross member here. Yeah, get your transaxle, and I don't know if if the Nitros came with just two-wheel drive. Not sure. So from this point now, I gotta drop it down. I gotta pull the radiator out, and then disconnect the the transmission cooling lines. Get those comfortably over there, out of the way. All right, so that's where we're at. You got 15 sockets. You got 18 sockets. To get those bolts up there on the top part of the bell housing, I have this 3 foot. She's actually a 3 foot. 3/8 extension, and using a 15 millimeter universal. It's already built in, and that works fantastic. Because it goes right up. You can get right back here and undo it. You can get right up in there and loosen those up. Okay, so that's where we are at. So we can put my tools away. We can lower this down, and we're done for the night. We're 7 o'clock. All right, we're back on the Nitro. I just spent 45 minutes getting this off the rack. I actually got it down now, how to get this thing off here. No using the ramps. What I do is I slide the ramps back a little bit, so when I yank it back, the wheels just drop down. Boom, right on the floor. And then back them out. And then as it starts going down this ramp area, I use the ramps to keep it from rolling more than I want it to. So all by use of a winch. Alright, so I got it over there, and now we're gonna go ahead and pull it straight into the garage. Alright, there she be. Onward to the next phase. Actually pulling the engine. And then I'm going to go ahead and look the old engine over really good. I'm going to throw a new freeze plug in it and stick it back in and see where we stand. I got nothing to lose. Just time. Well, today we're going to go ahead and start pulling this motor. Continuation of pulling this motor. I got the transmission jack under there. We'll line that up and get that started to lift up a little bit. Get some weight off the transmission, and then pushing it towards the front of the motor. So the next thing is just going to be removing, getting things disconnected up here. And of course, I got to get the freaking hood off of here, which is not really a one-man job. I don't know if you can see or not, but when I had to jack the front up so I could get the transmission jack under it, and then what I had to do is I had to put a 4x4 on top of the transmission jack because the grabbers are not wide enough. But once I jacked it up, I got pressure on the transmission itself. Then what I did is I went and lowered the front. And when I did that, transmission popped right off the block. So right now, we're set. She's sitting. The motor is completely disconnected from the transmission at the moment. But I am going to remove the radiator because I don't want this coming forward and slamming. Actually, all it needs to do is come forward a little bit, and I yank it out. But I don't want that. I don't want that radiator in the way when this comes forward. So right now I got to do this top, disconnect everything on top of this motor, and then we can go from there. Those cooling lines are right here. Some vehicles, the radiator it is in the radiator, but this is connected to the radiator on both sides. So I'm going to disconnect that, and I can pull the radiator out. That's going to be my first step on top. Yeah, I've already drained all the antifreeze out of it. So okay, we're back. Had two 8mm bolts holding the transmission cooler onto the radiator, and then on this side it's just got a quick loop over you lock it down on. On this side you got those two bolts. They're kind of difficult to get down on that lower one down there. Let me see it. You see it right there? That's where it'll be hooking to. Number 8. So I use a combination of things. I've even bought this thing here when I went to Harbor Freight. It's got all kinds of freaking crazy adjustments on it. It's 1.5 feet, 18 inches long, I believe. But you can do all kinds of things with it. Flexes back this way. The head flexes. You get into tight spots with that. It's gonna be a son of a gun putting it back in though. All right, I just pulled off the intake. I don't know what this thing is. That's the manifold. That's the freaking throttle body. Throttle body box, I guess. I don't know. That goes on there. You've got these number 4 Allen screws that are right here. Screwing it into that. Now out of my way. As you saw, I took the radiator off. I'm just gonna go leave the harness on here, so I'm disconnecting all the coils and also disconnecting the fuel injector plugs. So it's gonna sit out there. You got a plug right here. No, it just fell off there. That's not good. Guess the locks are broke. So that takes care of that. It gets it out of the way. I can stay. That stays because it's part of the motor. We got to the alternator. Disconnected the lines going to the AC because of course that's part of that. And that stupid thing's froze up. I got to do the harnesses on this side, and hopefully that's pulled it. It should be good. I shouldn't even have to mess with that because this is all part of the harnesses that are attached on here. I got some sensors down there I got to undo, and ground wires down there that I got to undo. Both sides. Also the power steering pump. It's got a B-nut down there. It's going to drain all my freaking fluid out of there. I should try and get it out first. Here's the other motor. Here's the power steering pump here. And you see right underneath, right there, is where that other line goes. And then you got a return nipple right here. So that's where I'm at. I always keep banging. Okay, we just done harnesses. I just disconnected the battery from the alternator. I disconnected the alternator plug back here. Engine temperature, and then you got inlet temperature, and then your plug to your AC compressor. Okay, I'm on this side over here. I've gotten the fuel injectors disconnected, the coils disconnected. The heater lines disconnected. Down here is your cam sensor. That disconnected. Around here. ground wires. I got this black ground wire here. Got this connected. This cannon plug right here goes to your knock sensor. Goes down there. It's underneath your intake. It's underneath this thing. Okay, that's about as far as I can go. I've got most of the harness, 90% of the harness disconnected. I've got a ground underneath there. I think I still got another plug connected. Same with this side here, and of course the power steering lines. So the engine's all the way forward right now. It's sitting flat, and it's kind of pushing down on the power steering rack. This isn't a good thing. I took this, disconnected the serpentine belt off of here. I'm going to need some connecting points for the engine cradle. Alright, so this is where we're at. I pulled off the AC compressor and the alternator, get them out of the way, and now I have mounting points for the bolts, for the chain. So on the back side there, that's a little different. I got to find something to bolt those to. What I may have to do is get some more chain and go around the exhaust manifold and then attach it to those. Good enough on the back side. Alright, so I'm at that point right now. I got it bolted at the front. We're fine. What I'm going to do is I need to find some more chain, and I'm going to bolt the chains to the exhaust manifold where it bolts to the exhaust pipe, and then I should be able to so I don't know if I can get a good shot down there. Anyway, it's going to go through the it'll go through the exhaust manifold bolt hole that you use to tighten up your attach your exhaust pipe to. So that should take care of that, and then we'll be able to yank it up enough so I can disconnect the last bit of things that are attached to it. Now I'm trying to get the chain hooked up over the manifold and back on the manifold here, so I can bring the chain up, and then we'll go ahead and get it bolted. Easier said than done. So where we're at right now. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. I'm going to keep it in there. Continent and playing with it. That actually worked. It's actually in the manifold itself. On that one, how did you? Quick, get out! 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 Can't have you in here. Get out! 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 Thank you. Out! Out! Stay out! Got a bigger lip on it, right? Okay, so we're gonna drop this one down. pins won't work out. I might even be able to do it. Couple of things. Let's go. A wide hook. I need a better pin. Pin. To go in. Put this on. Do what I want it to do, but this one here is going to get a small bolt to go through there. Let me bolt. And that'll go on that. Go in that end. Through there, I'm good. Hey, I got it. All right. Okay. Beautiful. I found a hook that was bigger. And I'm gonna go around here. Okay, she is hanging. She's off of here. And I just got a freaking harness is completely loose. She's good. And then you get the power steering. Power steering line disconnected. I don't know if I got, hopefully I got enough height to get it out. I'm getting caught on stuff now. Oh, that's crap. Steering lines disconnected. All right, I gotta get that the end of your line there out there. See if I can get something to squeeze that out so I don't have a major mess. The only thing holding me in here right now is that freaking power steering line. And get right to it right here. Let's get this. Let's see. Where is it? This B nut right here. So get right to it. And there's a line there. It's 16 mil. That's the only thing. Only thing keep them out. You could always disconnect her from your power, your steering rack. That nut right bottom nut right there, and it goes all the way across, and then it's clamped to your subframe there. But it's easier. I think it's easier to just take it right off the power steering pump. Okay, she's completely released. She's just hanging here. I'll get it jacked out of here. Don't forget to disconnect your fuel line. Okay, so we get it jacked up. Hopefully I got enough room to get it up. This will jack pretty high, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to clear this. I may have to freaking zip these rivets and put a new one in here. Pooey, out! Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out! Can't be in here. And that'll leave me enough room in the middle here to pop it out, because these are just rivets holding this thing. Yeah, they're just rivets holding this center piece here. All right, stay tuned. Okay, we're almost there. How many more inches I got? I gotta clear the pan. Clear the pan, I'm good. I need 2 more inches. We did it. We cleared the pan. Alright, now I got my light on at my room. What? Ow, I'm behind me. Alright. That's awesome. Okay, let's get it over here. We're spinning it around. Spin it around, drop it down. I mean, hold on. Whoop. I got my beam up there, huh? Hold it like this and drop it a little bit. Put my beam in the way. Ain't down. I'm going to spin it. Take it down, get it off the beam. There we go. All right. Very good. Let's see how I had that. Maneuver it in there. Now what? Good. Take it down. I'm breaking anything here. Coming across here, I think I cracked the crank my valve cover on the Explorer. Alright. Okay. Here we are. They are one out. The other one back in. For now, get this drop down. But you gotta have it hanging, the better. Those mounts, I'm gonna have to pull. I gotta put on the other one. I pretty much have to strip this motor pretty good. Probably have to roll the nitro out halfway. So it's just hanging. It's hanging outside the door. So, put it on a block. Alrighty. We'll set it on something real quick. Get some weight off of it. I'm also going to bring the other motor over here. I've got to get that motor. Get it over here. Get it stripped out. So, alright, there we are. One motor out. Thanks for watching. If you like, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe, share. We'll catch you on the next Dana's Garage Project Nitro.